Greetings, my fellow Americans. My friend here George W. Bush thought it might be a good idea to hold another question and answer session. It seems many of you have questions about a wide range of topics, so without further ado, let's get started.
All right, Mr. President. The first question comes to us from Dan in Omaha, Nebraska. It says, "Dear Mr. President, I've been unemployed for 2 years and I really want a job. What should I do?"
Good question, Dan. My advice to you would be to move to China or Mexico. It seems only logical that if we are outsourcing jobs to different countries, the best way to get a job would be to move. Next question.
The next question comes to us from Peter in Los Angeles, California. It says, "Mr. President, why do you want to detain American citizens?"
Well, Pete, I could tell you that I really don't. That the whole detainee bill is for terrorists only. But the fact of that matter is this: we have a giant base at Gitmo which I promised to close. Ever since I bombed the Middle East back to the Stone Age, real terrorists have not been much of a threat. Since I was just saying I would close Gitmo to get elected, I obviously need to keep it stocked with dangerous enemies, otherwise I might actually have to follow through on my promise. Since we have 300 million people in this country, I'm sure I can find enough free thinkers to keep Gitmo stocked until Sasha and Malia are 110.
The next question comes from Chandler in Maine. It says, "Dear Obama, why are you such an asshole?"
Ha ha ha. Funny you ask that, Chandler. Just the other day Michelle was asking me the same thing. I realize my policies are not popular. However, America has been wounded by the idea of freedom, and it's going to take someone with the ability to press forward and do the things that need to be done. Now, Chandler, turn that frown upside down and repeat after me. I love you. You love me. Let's all live in collectivity.
I didn't know you were a fan of Barney the Purple Dinosaur, Mr. President.
Oh yes, sir. Sasha and Malia used to love watching that show. For some reason, Barney always reminded me of Joe Biden. Do we have another question?
Yes, Mr. President. This one comes from Greg of Seattle. Mr. President, why do you love socio-fascism so much?
Well, Greg, without it I would not have a job. I'd have to move to China or Mexico to get a job like Dan over there in Nebraska.
All right, Mr. President, this one comes from Mark in Utah. "Dear Obama, have you ever thought about giving your Nobel Peace Prize back since you've gone against the principles of it?"
Actually, Mark, yes, I have. Then I realized that by bombing all those countries I am fighting terrorists, thus making the world a better place.
Next question comes from Alex in Boston. It says, "In the foot. Ha ha ha, greetings from Boston, prick, you've just been trolled."
Alex, tomorrow when you leave work you will be picked up and thrown in the back of a black van. Your family will be told that you choked on a grape and died in the company lunchroom. You will then be taken to your new home at sunny Gitmo Bay. I also just sent a text to Congress asking them to pass a bill that would ban humor. Not so funny now, is it?
Okay, Mr. President, this is the last one. It comes from Patriot in Lexington, Kentucky. It says, "Dear Mr. President, I am a big fan of yours and I love what you have done for this country. The only thing is that I'm afraid of being seen as a terrorist. How can I avoid that?"
Well, Patriot, keep watching your magic picture box and do everything it tells you to do. Also, avoid paying for things with cash. Change the name of your firstborn son to Ben Bernanke Jr., sign up for Obamacare, and most importantly, report anyone who doesn't agree with me to the Department of Homeland Security.
Well, thoughts of Mr. President, do you have anything else you'd like to say to the viewers?
I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Most of you are too stupid to realize what has happened to your country and end up believing everything your government tells you. You have replaced your books with the television remote and you have stopped thinking for yourselves. You can be mad at me all you want, but you did this to yourselves. You let us divide you and tell you what to think. I could bomb Texas and you wouldn't care as long as your reality shows still come on.
You sure you want to say that, Mr. President?
I'm not worried, George. In 10 minutes Hillbilly and Fishing comes on. These idiots will forget all about what I just said.
Ha ha ha, this is true. Thanks for joining us, America. Always remember, you may not see us, but we always see you.